Alright, so I'm just playing in resin today. But I got my kindred spirit up to 1,000, so woohoo! Ooh, wow, this is gonna be like for little kids or something. You see that yellow? It did say nuclear or something like that. Nuclear yellow. And it is. It's fun though. I think I'll just do a crazy trinket box and all sorts of weird, crazy colors. That would be fun. How about some, what? Red? What do you think? What goes with sherbet? I've got a kind of a pink and a yellow. I'm going to add white to it. And this white also goes with this gorgeous peacock green, which that's pretty thick. I think I might thin that out a little bit. Yeah, you do. Thank you. Well, I figured that way if you want to say something to someone, you have the authority. Alright. Mess now. Stir that up. Now, are we doing it in layers or just as a pour? Just as a pour, that's what I'm thinking. There's some white. This one's going to be Shannon. Some green. A little bit more white. That white should sink down through all of it. Definitely needs more purple because this is just an amazing color. Pretty. Some more. And this peacock green. Beautiful. All right, it is full. Add a little swirl. All right, now do we stick it? Do we put sticks down it or just let it drop on its own? I think we stick it. Can we stick it? I want some. Stick it, yay! All right, so here we go. We just slide it down the edge. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to do a lot, just a couple. Well, it's mixing because I'm seeing orchid and teal down here. What a mess. Oh, that's going to be pretty though. Heat gun it. That usually does the trick for a little while. It'll bring some bubbles up, and then you just kind of hit it with a torch afterwards. Don't like using the torch on these molds, so just so you know. Okay, so there's one, and we did stick it. We put a stick down some of the edges, so some of the white will start falling through those areas. Cups, you can start feeling that the resin temperature has begun to heat up. So it's a good sign that you need to move it along, because pretty soon it's going to start getting kind of stringy and tacky and stuff like that, which is good when you're working in some areas with your art. You want to wait till you're getting it like that, but with the pours, it works better when it's nice and runny. I'm pouring down into these molds with these tiny tips. I think that's good. Yes, making some ring holders. Let's see, Calcel Crafts, I can't tell. Okay, well, they're ring holders. Sorry. This is the first one that we've made, and it's with resin. So now we're getting ready to do the next one. So we're going to go ahead and do it with some peach. And remember, we need to poke it down into that little tip. You should see your color going down there. If you don't see the color, it's because there's a air bubble, and what it'll do is when you take it out of the mold, it'll have this little empty spot instead of a tip. I did that a couple times and just put it like a rhinestone on there, glued a rhinestone on. And then I realized I could do this instead. So thank you very much. All right, so I want to put a little bit of white in there. This one's going to be creamy but colorful. Not for the faint at heart. Let's see. Very cool. I love it. Love it. Okay, so there it is. We've got the peach at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and stick this one too, and just push down the side. Ooh, this is an ugly color. Oh boy, I'm not sure about that. I can't set it down. Hold on. Crap. Alright. Alright, so, you never know what it's going to end up like, though. I mean, it does look disgusting right now, but you just don't know. So, just in case it does work out, let's cap that end to make it a little prettier. Okay, and let's go ahead and do this trinket box. I think we have enough for the trinket box. I think. So, the first thing I think is purple. And we'll just go around the edge with it and let it drop through, down. Remember, this will be the top edge. Once you flip it over, and we want a little purple in the lid. And it's just a crazy pour. I'm just going to keep pouring different colors over it. There's white. And here's green. Let's do some clear. Okay, so my lid is almost full. Make sure that if you're doing these little trinket box lids, you let it gently slide around, get all of the air pockets out. They do love to hide. Okay, that's pretty, the purple, and I don't want to ruin it with the other colors. So let's go ahead and add some white. And white. This is full unless there's air that I don't see. So I'll just grab a little spoon. And just model it around any which way you want. And resin, as it continues to cure, will continue to move, which is why it's so fun to work with, because you really don't know how it's going to turn out until it's finished. It's also the reason why it's so frustrating to work with. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Like right now, I'm doing a swirl on this lid, but if it's not a deep enough swirl, you won't see it on the other side, which is the top of the lid. You'll see it on here. The heat gun's a nice way to protect your molds if you can get the bubbles out without using your kitchen torch. It'll save your molds, but sometimes I can't. So then I just go over it really fast with a torch. I will go ahead and do that. And it's just a kitchen torch, just like your normal one. You push the button in and you click it until it comes on. Then you lower it down again, and then just do the tops. And it just takes those bubbles right off the top. It doesn't have to be really close to it, and you should just continue to move your torch around. Oh, is Maddie on here? Welcome, peoples. All right, let me finish doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw all of the different colors into this clear resin. Just for fun. So there's the clear resin, and I put some white in there. And now I'm putting the orangish peach. And now we'll put some yellow. I don't know what kind of mold I have that I can use this with, but I'm sure I got something. And this teal, which is almost getting to the point where you don't want to be working with it anymore. Interesting, since it was the dry pigment. All right, well, we got one more ring holder, so let's go ahead and put this mess in there. Remember, we want to let it get that bubble at the bottom first. Ooh, this is gross. This is for someone who really likes limes. Lime green or something. It is kind of interesting. Okay, I think I've got the air bubble out. I do love making these ring holders. They came as a set like of 5 or 6 ring holders, and it was very inexpensive, and they are really fun to make. And probably one of the easier molds that I've ever tried. So that's a plus. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something with this because this is the ugliest color I've ever seen. Well, we could add glitter to it. Yeah, whatever. Let's put something in there because it definitely needs something, but I need something else to use the rest of that. Here, how about a flower mold? We'll play with that for a little while. Finish that. Okay, well there's a flower mold. We can add some stuff to that. And I need to add a little bit more of this. Seriously. Okay. Alright, let's hit it again with the torch. If you can see, I don't know if you can. Let's see. Bring this down. Well, let me just hit that. Alright, cool. Let's drop some colors in here just for fun on this coaster that I just poured out there. And some red. Is that a fairy spoon? And yeah, it's the Dollar Tree fairy spoons. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. Almost looks like a rose. So if you ever want to get molds and start getting into epoxy, I would totally recommend it. It is so fun. The only thing is, it is messy. I am messy. So, you know, maybe it wouldn't be as messy for someone else, but you really do need a place that if you drop it or whatever and you can't get it up, it's no big deal, because you can't get it up. I'm just saying. So, well, I guess that is it for me. Let me torch this one more time. So we've got 3 ring holders and